And this is a story that I actually want to talk because it is about being patient and working and don't give up. This has been a big changing game in my life because I just don't picture myself working in an office for someone else.
This is going to be fun. Thank you so much, Patricia, for being here. It has been a while. We've talked a lot on the phone, and it's so good to see you face to face. And I'm really, really honored for you to be here. You're busy, and I'm so proud of everything that you've accomplished in the area
Thank
in
you
a
so much.
short period of time. What does your business look like? Are you doing this full time? How many parks are you in, and the deals under your belt? And yeah, what do things look like for you right now?
Okay. Okay. First of all, thank you so much for thinking on me and to talk to you. I am really happy to be in here and talking to you. Well, now I have been doing around 30 deals, mobile home deals, and I have a park with some partners, 30 units mobile home park. Yay! And I have actually another two mobile home parks under contract and some other houses coming. So yeah, I'm working hard with my husband.
And so it's you and your husband doing this
Yes,
together.
now we are doing this together. At the beginning it was only me, but now he's getting involved and he has been very useful, very helpful. I'm sorry.
He wasn't a believer, or he was just too busy.
He was making money to for the house, so for paying bills, and I was doing the mobile home, and we never used that money to live. Thanks that he was working. What we have been doing is using all that money and invest it again and invest it again and invest it again, so we can get to a point that I think we are getting closer for him to just stop working his actual job.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. That's wonderful. And for folks
Yes.
listening, that doesn't happen overnight. I mean, depending on what kind of income you're trying to replace, it's going to take over 2 years, or no, over a
Yes.
year, over 2 years. It's not 3, 4 months. Uh,
No.
w-
Yes.
with all of those homes that you mentioned, those 30
Mhm.
plus homes, is that's not the park. That's just the
No.
individual homes. Were those all homes that you are making cash flow from, or that you sold them for cash?
I have around 20 that are have been giving me cash flow. The others have been all cash.
Okay. Was that out
That
of
have been really good.
was that out of necessity of, hey, I'm running out of money, or you didn't want to hold on to the home because of something, or you just got made a really good offer?
I have a really good offer in some of them, and others they were that I will need to put invest too much money to fix them. So I just receive a good offer and sold them as is.
The park that you have now, the other two that are lined up, was
Mhm.
that always on the radar for you? Did you always want, was parks always the goal?
Yes,
Okay.
that has always been the goal. Yes, and that's kind of what I love this business because I have been. I hear someone that you talk that she learned with you, and her dream was to have a restaurant, and she sold all her portfolio of houses and finally got that dream. And I really think that this can help a lot of people to get their dream. It doesn't have to be a mobile home park, but it was for me. From the beginning, I was, I don't know why I felt so in love immediately about mobile homes. I don't know if because I don't have mobile homes in my country and I wish I had. That will solve a lot of problem of poverty in poverty places in my country. And I just know I just love it. I just love everything about it, and from the beginning I want to have a mobile home park.
Uh,
All for me.
and now you do. And it's not, wasn't
It's
that far
exciting.
away, a couple years after getting started, or two
Yes,
years.
yeah, yes,
N-
it was.
Now
I
that,
mean, mhm.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. That's
No, no,
so
it's
exciting.
okay.
I have, because you have this experience of mobile home, individual mobile homes in the parks, and now being a park owner, how, and this is completely, everybody is different, but what would you think is a safe number for, like, cash, if somebody that
Hmm.
has available cash, what is a safe number for someone to get started with just the individual homes? And then if they're thinking, well, I want to get a park, what's kind of a safe capital, safe cash that they should sort of, someone should probably have, you think, in your opinion?
Mm, I I think that it doesn't matter how much cash do you need,
Mm.
is not to give up. Is what I think. You can start with 1,000, with 5,000, whatever you want. But if you just give up, it doesn't matter. It's no safety. It's not a safe place for that.
It's been only over 2 years, I think, like had mentioned, over two
Hmm.
years let's take a let's go back in time.
Okay.
We all know where you are right now, but going back to before that first mobile home, you saw it, you instantly liked it. um, Talk to me about your first deal, or about first looking at mobile homes, or go back to that first deal if you would, and tell us about that, please.
Okay. First, I had when I have my second baby. My husband and I talk about me staying at home for a year after I have to go back to work, so I can take care of her. And when it's time for me to go back to work, I didn't want to be in a place from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. with my baby in a daycare. And we were just trying to figure out what we can do. My husband actually have always have a very long light, is what we said in Spanish. Like he looked very far away, and he was like, we try a business before, having a truck, a business truck, having freights and all that, but it didn't work. But it has a lot of stress, a lot of money that it was lost, and we were trying to find what else we can do to for me not to go back to work and do another thing, being able to take care of my baby. And at that time, I started looking at the real estate. I was listening podcasts, and I was, okay, what can I do? What can I do with this that I have? What can I do? And then I listened for a podcast that you record with the bigger pockets, and I just was like, I like this. Let me do some numbers. He's saying this and this work, and then I try to to do other numbers with other kind of deals, with houses, with another kind of niche on the real estate, and I was just, no, I like mobile homes. Well, I'm sorry, that was a long story.
That's good.
Okay, and what happened next? I call you and you show me how to do. I was trying to do it by myself first. I went to some parks and tried to talk with some sellers, but I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. It was like, okay, if this is not working, I will definitely going to call Fedro. So I call you.
After we got started together, what was the
Mhm.
timeline? I mean, you hit the
Okay.
ground running. Yeah, how long to your first deal, and then what it, yeah.
Okay. Well, my first deal comes really quick, actually. I think it was like a month after that we start, that I finish all the lessons, and I start doing all the steps. And after all that, I received my first call, and it was a really good deal, actually.
So you didn't have to negotiate. It fell right
was
into your lap. What
yes,
was the
well,
situation, if you remember?
well, yes, yes. Was a lady that she didn't have money to pay the rent, and it was the end of the month, and she had a big fight with her sister, and well, she doesn't have money. The house was kind of in bad shape, but at the same time, I knew someone who was looking for a mobile home, that he was very handy. So it was kind of, I didn't have it not even for a week. It was a hand to another, and it's still giving me cash. I'm
That,
still receiving payments for that home.
that excellent. How many more years
uh,
will they be paying you?
it's going to be a couple of months more. It's going to be in January, the
Okay.
end of the, yes.
When you're
Yeah.
selling these homes on payments, what's changed from the first deals to now, now deal 30, now that you're doing more deals,
Mhm.
what's changed?
Now I'm more confident and when to wait to sell a home, not to sell it just to the first buyer. It's like, okay, I'm asking for a higher down payments. I'm asking around 10,000 from down payments. Almost all my last homes I have sold in the prices, down payment, and a bigger prices for the homes because I'm more confident of the home. And but we have been doing a lot of fixer upper of the homes.
That's why you feel
At the
more.
beginning, yes, at the beginning I was so scared of those kind of deals because my second deal was very difficult because I didn't find a handyman who fixed some couple of things. It wasn't like a big deal. It was just a floor and a painting in the walls, just couple of deals. And I have to call to a lot of handymans that didn't finish the work, that at the end it was a mess. It was a mess, the second one. And then I get a little bit scared about those deals. But um, working and learning how much is that things cost, and then my sister-in-law husband start working with us doing those kind of works. He didn't know anything about mobile homes. He was just handy. And we start working together trying to figure out how this can happen. And now he's like a star in our business
Oh,
because he's doing like a lot of hard work on the homes.
and you can trust
Mm.
him. You know where the
Yes,
person is, and they have
yes.
they have. I think that's the thing with the handyman. Like I mean, maybe not, but I feel like they don't have as much vision. Like they don't, um, the person that you're working with, your family member, he's
Hmm.
getting, are you partnering with the deals together? You're all, or do you just
Just
pay per the job?
at the beginning, I was just paying for the job.
Okay.
And now, in the last, I think, 5 homes, we have been partnering together and have been great because he's excited about it. He's more involved, and I'm just confident that the work is going to be done and the way it has to be done. And that is the best part of all. Just,
Let's go back to that second deal. What was
mhm.
so I assume, if you remember, well, I assume that you purchased it correctly. You purchased it at a good price. And was this a 2 bedroom or a three bedroom?
A three bedroom in a nice mobile home park, a family park, big with pool and in a good area.
And it
Yes,
needed it needed not just cosmetic stuff, but structural work. Soft spots,
yes,
leaks.
yes,
Okay.
yes, exactly, exactly.
what did you find? What was how many handymen did it take? What kind of excuses were they giving you? Please try to put us in your shoes, like
Okay.
dealing with this joker.
Okay. The first buyer that I had, I thought I saw him that he was trying to make some extra work to earn some money. So I talked to him and say, "Hey, do you wanna do this work? Just take a look and tell me how much are you going to charge." He was there, take a look, and start working. He gave me a very low price, and I was so happy. Okay, I did a good deal, was so cheap. And after one day, I think he just realized that he was giving me a very low price for the job and start not going back to the house and doing the work. Because he was the first buyer and he's going to be making payments, I didn't want to have trouble with him. I just say, hey, just leave it like that, no problem. After that, I start calling people in cards, in signs, and they are all um, having high prices for just painting the walls, like $1,000 just for painting a couple of walls. Like, okay, no, this is not going to work. And I couldn't do it myself. That's something that I could do it myself, but I have my babies. My husband at that time was doing another job, so I couldn't handle myself. And at the end, I found someone was there that gave me a reasonable price, but he put the carpets like just put it like there with when I don't know how to explain. That was, you look at that and it was awful. All the carpet, the corners of the carpet was like that, and you feel the soft spot in the floor and things that all wrong. But at the end, I found a buyer that was handy, and he was able to buy it in that way and fix it. Mm-hmm.
So, so that was the second handyman on that second property, and he didn't
Mm-hmm.
even, did you pay him for the work that he said he did, or did you just give him a little bit of money and he went on his way?
No, I pay him and try to sell the house just like it was. I knew that I couldn't do anything else, but luckily I found this person that he said, "Oh, I know how to do this. This is all wrong. I will take care. I know I have the tools and all that." But at the beginning, it was hard for me because a lot of potential buyers, didn't want to buy it because just they can see that it wasn't right.
This was a 3 bedroom, you said.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 bedrooms are a bit more forgiving, and this home was in a populated area. You don't have to
Yes.
mention the area, but I mean, there's a lot of folks there. So if this was in a small town,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a 2 bedroom, you wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been as forgiving. There wouldn't have been as many people willing
Yes.
to take it as is. But it's a good area, the good park. You purchased it correctly. Um, Handy people, handymen,
Mm-hmm.
handy women. It is on all of these interviews, that is well, that's not true. On many of these interviews, that's what is a really big obstacle for us as
I
investors.
truly believe that.
Uh,
Yes, it's very important that you have to try to find that person that is reliable and knows the work and can talk to you and say the truth. I think that's a very good part. And I think that we can find it if, but sometimes it can take a little bit longer than that it took me because I have it just right there.
what
I didn't actually know until I just realized that.
what tips would you give somebody looking for a mobile home handyman, or if they're not happy with their own handyman, maybe?
I think that is in all the business, not only in the handyman, it's very important to trust in your instinct. I don't know if this is correct how to
Mhm.
say it. And if you found a person that it doesn't look like he's going to do the work for any reason, just probably is not going to do the work. And you have to trust in that voice that is saying, hmm, no, something it doesn't look like it's going to work.
I really like that. Our inner voice, I think, gets louder with experience. And that's something I hope that folks watching this video, they can put yourself in all these other videos, they can put themselves into our shoes. Because in the beginning, it's that little voice is so quiet of, he's being a little disrespectful, or why won't he let me finish? Or well, he didn't
Yes,
really show up
it's
on time, but I believe him, he's got an excuse. And then after you get burned a couple times and after you realize, hey, I'm the one paying you, it's, excuses are fine, but I don't want to listen to them. And then eventually that voice is like, run, like this is, you're like, but in the
That's true.
beginning, you just have to believe that voice, or ask someone, or hopefully ask someone,
Yes,
or um,
yes.
anyway, I thank you for mentioning that, and that all of us is and it's almost like there's just an infinite amount of handymen. So if you're tough and you're, oh, they didn't fool me that time, they didn't fool me. It's like an ongoing, you're working with your family members, so this isn't the same. But if you keep having
Exactly.
handy people, from the public, you're eventually going to get fooled. You're eventually going to get either a little lazy or comfortable, or I trust this person, or just,
Hmm.
I just don't have the time, so I'll just assume that it's done and I'm just going to pay the person. It's going to happen. And that's why it might not happen in the beginning, but we have to like keep both eyes wide open when we deal with handy people.
I have bought, actually, I haven't told you this, but I have bought a lot of my homes from the park managers.
Oh, good. Good.
Yes,
That was,
yes.
what percentage do you think? Like roughly?
Um, Probably 50%.
Okay. Well, good.
Yes, yes, probably yes. Around that number.
And they're obviously, so that's one manager or a couple of them?
Two of them. Two of them. And this is a story that I actually want to talk because
Oh,
it is about being patient and working and don't give up. With this park, I was there talking to the manager, and the manager in first place said that it's okay for me as an investor being working there. When I bought my first home and I tried to place applications, and she was like, okay, I just want to do this and I want you out of here because I'm not allowed to have investors in here. And suddenly she just changed. And it took me people and weeks to get an application back, and the results of an application, the approval, the final approval. And that was working like that for a couple of months, like probably 5 months. And I was going there, showing up, because some days she was like better than the others. And just one day I was there paying the lot rent. And she said, oh, I just want to talk to you. This time the owners of the park are having, they have some houses that they want to uh, sell to an investor. And I just thought in you. I was like, okay. After all this time, all my suffering, and finally it was there. She had 5 homes at the same time for $100 the house. I was like, okay, good deal, good deal, good houses, 3 bedroom, 2 bedroom in a good area. They had a lot of new homes that they were selling, so they didn't have the time or the money to spend in repairing these houses. And it was amazing. Just five, just at the first time, and just like that have been going.
you had the And this is now, is this in a community where you know that, or you think that other investors are in as well? Or is it just
Y-
you in there out of curiosity?
Um, they have some listing agents
Okay.
that take the homes to list it, and I know there have been around some other investors, but now I think that I am the only one having the actual deals from the park and from them.
That doesn't, that doesn't happen often, but it sounds like the park is kind of playing a little favorites. Like they like you know, it took a number of months for them to be as maybe friendly or as giving as they are now. And then you were at the right place at the right time. Plus you pay the bills on time and you do what you say you're going to do. And then they gave you an opportunity with 5 homes at $100 each. How did they get those 5 homes? Were they all, were people got evicted, you know, right before that, or?
Exactly. I don't
Oh,
know for how long those houses were sitting there,
hmm.
because as I said, I couldn't talk with the manager about these things because she haven't been so friendly. She wasn't actually rude, but no friendly like
Wow.
others. And so I don't know for how long those houses were there empty, and so just one day they give it to me.
That's
Some of them it took a lot of work to fix them, because uh, some of them were in good shape, that's only do some floor and some things, and some others we have to do roof, we have to place walls, a lot of things, but it worked because it was in a good market, and in a good market, and I got a lot of big high down payments who bring back all my costs. So
you mentioned,
I recoup all my investment.
yes. You
Mhm.
mentioned that earlier on in the call, and I'm glad you brought that back up. That's because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the homes are beautiful. People are willing to put down more money because you've put more repairs. These homes don't need, when people move in, they don't need anything, not even cleaning or anything.
No, and something that the people really love is the floors. I have been found that when you put this flooring, that it's sold in Home Depot, that it looks like shine, like wood, but it's not wood.
Yes, with the planks.
Yes,
Oh yes.
that one.
People.
They make it look bigger and clean and new. Even if the cabinets, I don't change. I never change cabinets. I try to fix them or painting if it's needed, because that's a very expensive part of the kitchen. And but when they see the floors, they are just in love. Paint and floors, they are
Paint
just in love.
and floor. Is it you you'll purchase a 2 bedroom, a 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom? Do you have any 1 bedrooms?
No,
Okay.
no, I have not.
Okay. Now,
I had in a 55 and plus. I had two in a 55, because this is a big community. This one that I'm working is a community that owns a couple of parks. And at the same time that I got these five, they offered me these other two. So I took them, and I didn't get a lot of money from them, actually, but I recouped my investment right away. A lot of them I just wholesale them. I just don't fix them. I because um I have been, a lot of people know what I'm doing now, and know that I trying to help people to get into a home, and they call me and said, I have a family member that he doesn't have a lot of money, but he is willing to do anything in a home. So I can get them into the park, try to put all together in the application, helping them to fill the application, because sometimes they don't know how to do it. And if you don't do it right, you can be just denied. And so I'm trying to help them because almost all my buyers, almost, I just got my first American person to buy a home, but all my buyers are Hispanics.
Oh, yes.
Yes, all Hispanics, and we are all excited to have a home, something to call a home. And well, they a lot of them work in construction and things like that. That is easy for them to get materials in a very low cost, and they know how to do the repairs. And sometimes I just get the home from the park, give it to them for them to fix them. It's going to be under my name until you finish, and then they pay off right away the house when they finish.
Like when they finish doing the repairs 2 or 3 months down the road, or
Hmm.
three? Okay.
They give me something. They give me something at the beginning,
Hmm.
and start working. If they don't finish, or well, my idea, because have that never happened. If they don't finish, I know I am the owner and I can get back the home.
Hmm.
But they always finish the home, doing the things, and pay me the rest of the money.
And then they pay you how much? They're putting down a good bit up front
Yes,
as well.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Because I'm getting this home so such a low price, it's very easy to recoup that investment.
How do you decide which homes that you're going to put the work into and sell for, more of a retail price versus I'm going to sell the home needing a lot of work, but I'll sell it for a discount and where you don't put any of the work into it? How do you determine that?
Probably depends of the time of the year. If I know it's a good time of the year, I know that by the end of the year, the things get a little bit slowly. And if I have other homes that I work in already, that I don't have another handyman to work in this, or I don't want that. So I have those people. Sometimes they are just waiting for me to call them, like, do you have a home for me to fix? No, you have to wait because now I
Uh,
don't have anything else. So they are waiting for me, and I try to contact them when it's needed.
Excellent. Oh, that's very good. And that's so helpful. That helps. You could be fixing this up and selling it for way more, but you're selling it to somebody that's hardworking. They want to do the work. You're still making a profit. You're still helping
Mm-hmm.
folks. And you keep the relationship with the management. You can go do other deals as well. Are you,
Exactly.
what's your now that you're getting into parks, are you still going to be doing the 1 and 2 deals in other people's parks, or do you want to start just focusing more on parks, or what's your time, you think,
Well,
there?
it's going to depend of the size of the mobile home park that I
Oh.
can build. Because when I get 100 units or more, it's going to take me more time, a lot of time to get there and put in into work. But for now that I have this small park that is already running by himself and by itself, I will definitely keep working like one by one.
Any funny stories, any interesting stories, anything that stands out in your mind as uh right now?
I actually was trying to think in a funny story before this video, and I couldn't think on anything. The only thing that it came to my mind was me driving on an expressway, you calling me saying, "Hey, I'm just checking how is everything." Okay, I'm going to a park, and I was like, crazy woman talking on the phone. And I was like, yes, I was so excited all the time and trying to find that parks going all around and trying to take like all. And I think that's the only thing that I remember. No other things.
No, that's okay. Sometimes this business, we can't always remember the funny times, or maybe there's just no fun times. It's just all business and
It's just
work.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny part is the paycheck day.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the fun
Well,
part.
just the happy, the fun part. Yay.
When you were in the beginning of this business, talking
Mhm.
about like driving around like a mad woman, um, did your what's your time? Well, I guess I'll ask you the question like this. So for I asked you sort of in the beginning of the call, what would you say people need for money when they get started? What was your experience with time? Granted, you had a good deal of time, but how many hours do you think, or is this do you think you do more work in the beginning or at the end, or you do, how much time do you think you need in the beginning, and then as you grow the business, what's changed for you?
At the beginning, definitely was for me the part who took me more time. I'm trying to think. Yes, because I was trying to be in every park that I could find in Google Maps, and I was trying to get there, to going around, and I I just want to get deals for me, and that's something that at the beginning is a little bit hard because you want to move faster than you are actually are capable to move because you are just starting. People are calling, calls are not coming in as much as you want, and that's something that I think I have learned, that patience. If nothing is the phone is not ringing right now, it's okay. Just keep working, and it will, and it will. And I think I I think it was the most hard, more work, because I was working on my emotions, and that keep me excited and not giving up. I was like, I think that's why, because now I have a lot of work, going homes, and well, I have my husband does a big important part of this as well. He knows, the people love him, and they are always calling him. When they don't call me, they call him.
Oh, that's
And
so
they are
cool.
like, yes, they they know that he will help them as much as he can, because he's like that. And well, that took me a lot of my work as well, because in regarding the question that if I have more work now or not. Yes.
Your husband's helping your, was it brother-in-law? I mean,
The husband of my sister-in-law.
this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on here, for opening up that it was not easy from the beginning. You could have given up. It's so hard on your own. I'm so glad that you have your husband there and family, and I'm always here for you anytime. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much.
Patricia. Seriously. Any advice that you'd give, I guess, lastly, any advice you give for just folks that are, they've tried, or they're thinking of giving up, or they're debating this, or real estate in
Oh,
general?
well, for the people that I'm thinking if this is the right thing to do, if this is going to work for them, it's going to work. It works. As uh, Just keep working, and you will see the results. It definitely. Uh, I I wish, a lot of those people that they don't know if they want to do it. They are holding them back. Just go and do it. It's just being there, as you said so many times. It's just being there, work, and this is going to change your life. This has been a big changing game in my life, because I just don't picture myself working in an office for someone else. I just don't. Don't, and I'm so happy about it. When all the people is working, I just can go and take time with my girls and being there for, yeah, for them, and that's for me the biggest. things of all.
I hope that that video was helpful. The investors that I interview on this channel are people that I work with, and the credit goes to them. We spend a good deal of time together over the phone, working on deals, looking at pictures, making offers together. But the folks that I work with, the folks that I interview, including a lot of folks that have their own YouTube channels now. I've been helping folks for the past 10 years invest in mobile homes, and I really help to keep people out of trouble, save people money, and make people a lot of money as well. Now, the people I interview on this channel, again, the credit goes to them. Yes, there's a lot of time that we spend together, but ultimately it's that investor, just like it might be you in the future, putting in the time and the effort and the energy and having 1,000 opportunities to just give up along the way. If you think that this is something for you, if you'd like to learn more about mobile home investing, you can check out a free website, mobilehomeinvesting.net. Should be right up here somewhere. And then if you want to get started working one-on-one potentially or learn more about what that takes, you can always go ahead and go to the website below that you see right there, and you can learn more about moving forward with a training program called the Mobile Home Formula, and us working together one-on-one with daily phone calls, daily help, as needed. This business is real time. You're going to have questions. Things change day to day. If you can believe it, in real estate, it just changes day to day like that. You're seeing new things, you're talking to new people, and you should have somebody on your side. Somebody that has over 18 years of experience and has helped a number of people with some crazy situations and stories. And I don't say that to brag or anything. I just say that because there's a lot of weird situations out there that I might not have believed him if I didn't go through them, firsthand or secondhand, helping so many people from the East Coast to the West Coast, or the West Coast to the East Coast, depending on which way this video is turned. Okay, so thanks so much for watching this video. Again, I really hope that it was helpful. If we never work together, you can always email me. My email's always on for you again, support@mobilehomeinvesting.net. If you ever need me, support@mobilehomeinvesting.net regardless. And then anything else, have a great rest of the day. I hope that you learned so much. Take massive action. You can do this. If you have any questions, reach out. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.